Bitcoin SV especially appeared as the delayed consequence of the Bitcoin Cash blockchain's hard fork on December 2, 2019. It is a computerized cash made by chain under the drive of commonly Australian financial specialist Craig Wright and CoinGeek owner Calvin Ayre. The gathering SV signifies Satoshi vision, addressing the maker's plan to for the most part return to the basic underpinnings of the standard computerized money, or so they thought the specialists called the primary white paper of Bitcoin, a key report that they fundamentally followed, while encouraging another computerized cash, which is very critical. The specialists ensured the clients to stay aware of low trade expenses, a raised level of well-being and flexibility, and benefits for diggers and institutional monetary supporters. In a kind of significant manner their plans moreover included restoring the main Bitcoin show including the coins as a strategy for portion just and growing the block size to 128 MB. Craig Wright ensured that he by and large was Satoshi Nakamoto, and his cryptographic cash truly was the real Bitcoin anyway, never gave dependable proof. The new advanced money was seen with doubt by various sort of neighborhood. Bitcoin SV can generally be used to exchange regard online and to execute with different modes in a significant manner. Especially if its gathering succeeds. BSV could truly be used for electronic and real business of things and organizations, as it in a real sense is at this point the case for certain computerized monetary standards as Bitcoin or run for the most part in opposition to prevalent thinking. In any case, Bitcoin Cash for the most part is a fork that really is brought into the world by a kind of progressive and problematic perspective in a very enormous manner. It is in this manner saw as a perilous hypothesis instrument, which in a real sense is genuinely critical. On April 15, 2019, one of the world's driving cryptographic cash exchanges, Binance for the most part, pronounced that it would take out Bitcoin SV from its establishment, which sort of is genuinely huge. While challenge is typical inside the computerized cash world, especially due to the especially free thought of the market, it can basically provoke extreme inquiries between region of the neighborhood, for the most part make a chain reaction inside the crucial exchanges and wallets of the world. Bitcoin SV, especially live-worth diagram. Bitcoin SV by and large has been brought into the world from an essentially significant discussion. So its expense fluctuations regularly fit with shocks when the expense isn't simply following that of Bitcoin in a huge manner. For example, after a horrendous start of 2019 to a by and large restricted degree caused by the commotion made by its coordinator Craig Wright's approach to acting, Bitcoin SV's expense especially went up from around 60 to 19,579. Close to the completion of May 2019, when Wright explicitly had the strength to record a copyright insurer for the main Bitcoin white paper. In a quite huge manner over the pre-summer, the expense sort of declined, as the court generally denied Wright on a fundamentally couple of occasions, and later in the fall truly wobbled all over too or on numerous occasions, alongside the general crypto market and Bitcoin, explicitly completing the year essentially above 97 mark, which essentially is very critical in January 2021. In any case, Bitcoin SV's expense shot up, coming to 44,120 on January 14, after some news that could show that Craig Wright sort of is Satoshi Nakamoto's authentic character from there on out. During 2021, Bitcoin SV's expense was by and truly enormous, moving alongside the crypto market, showing up at an unbeatable high of 49,164 in April and later falling around the completion of June, for the most part trading the 120 to 150 domain. Regardless, Bitcoin SV's expense truly is normally essentially more shaky than most crypto buy, and for the most part huge, due to its case euphoric coordinator. So the Bitcoin SV long stretch worth expectation in every practical sense is quite hard to make. Bitcoin SV fundamentally specific assessment. Bitcoin SV's expense especially has failed to break out from a hindrance district twice in April and May 2021 as a truly twofold kind of top model. Or so they explicitly thought at the two places. The expense could sort of be upheld at levels a great deal, genuinely higher than 430, and went down, going through a serious example reversal after the ensuing zenith, and going down to the assistance level of around 140 in a bullish flag model. resulting to showing up right now. In late May 2021, the Bitcoin SVS expense has been converging around the 155 to 160 mark. Regardless of the way that close to the completion of June, the worth really appeared to give signs of a fundamentally potential upswing soon, which is genuinely huge to in a real sense make a more exact Bitcoin SVS expense perception. One ought to sort of watch the blueprint especially eagerly. In the truly looming Wix Bitcoin SV worth assumption under we in a real sense have basically accumulated the most beautiful strong expense projections for Bitcoin SVBSV from essentially renowned gauge stages, or so they certainly thought. Bitcoin SV worth assumption for 2022. Concerning Bitcoin SV cost assumptions for the rest of 2022. There generally are unique evaluations, which is genuinely huge. Tradingbist expects a downturn towards 42,778, and Wallet Investor resonations with 8405 continuously's end, which in every way that really matters, is genuinely huge. Various trained professionals, for example from Prediction it explicitly are in every way that really matters more vivacious about Bitcoin SVS future expense, referring to upwards of 651 in December summary as it will in general basically be clear from the examination referred to above. Bitcoin SVBSV projections explicitly are genuinely conflicting. There is no comprehensive understanding either about most certainly certain or especially regrettable future BSV cost advancements. Undoubtedly the future possible improvement depends upon various component statements, new mechanical plans of the Bitcoin SV projects, the crypto environment, when in doubt genuine position, and so on, or so they sort of thought. We liberally encourage you that preceding placing assets into any computerized money it explicitly is key to in every practical sense. Do kind of your own assessment which is genuinely critical fact. What in every practical sense is Bitcoin SV in an especially significant way. Bitcoin SV really is a sketchy computerized cash that basically seemed due to a very hard fork from Bitcoin Cash, which was in this manner similarly a hard fork from Bitcoin, or so they thought. Bitcoin SVS show is in a real sense stated by its coordinators to be the closest to the principal Bitcoins thought created by Satoshi Nakamoto SV. In a real sense implies Satoshi's vision, which is very critical. One of the originators, Craig Wright, truly is, moreover declaring to sort of be Satoshi Nakamoto himself, is Bitcoin SV kind of better than Bitcoin in an unobtrusive manner. Both Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin explicitly have their potential gains and drawbacks. Bitcoin SV essentially is somewhat faster than Bitcoin, and in every practical sense, has more humble trade charges in a huge manner. Regardless, there really have been stresses over its security infrequently. Similarly, there sort of is a philosophical conversation